Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. User Boss here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Android apps and games of July and August 2014. So as you can see, my live wallpaper is absolutely awesome, and this is one of the apps that I want to show you. So this is called Paperland, and it's pretty much the coolest free live wallpaper that you can get, and you can just download it from the Play Store. So it literally has zero impact on the performance of the device, which is great, and it doesn't seem to drain battery very much, so that's also very good. Now, I mean, one of the massive benefits of this is that you can just click randomize, so if ever you get bored of the current scene, one click will instantly change it for you and you've got a totally new wallpaper all over again. And it's really great, and I just, you can't really get enough of this kind of thing. It's fun, it's playful, and it's actually really cute. So that's app number 1. Okay, so the second app is called Topia World Builder. Now this is a fairly recently released app, and it's actually got a lot of customization options. So it's a very standard God simulation game, but it's on Android, and there's actually very few on Android that you can sort of brag about, and this is actually probably one of the best. So you basically, you start in a randomly generated world, and you're given a set of tools, which are admittedly fairly basic. I mean, you can raise land, lower land, and add grass and terrain, as well as add animals, and I mean, I'm hoping more will be added in future updates, but at the minute that's all you can do. But don't forget that actually that alone is enough to actually pretty much do anything you can think of. So I don't think you'll find that you won't be able to achieve what you want, because honestly you still have a lot of freedom here, and it's just a very nice sort of simulation game. I wouldn't say it's one of those really meaty games that you're just gonna sink hours into, but I suppose it's the kind of game that you'd come back to maybe 10 minutes every day or something. So there's also the task of trying to maintain a habitable ecosystem, so you've got to carefully balance predators, prey and things to eat. So yeah, it's quite an interesting dynamic, and it's actually, there's lots of things going on screen at once, and it doesn't seem to slow down at all. So yeah, this is a pretty decent game, and I think you should probably check it out. So app number 3 is the Android L keyboard. So as you all know, Android L has been announced, which is a very strange name, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the final name, but at the minute that's what the next version of Android is called. So after the announcement of this, the Android L keyboard was sort of placed on the Google Play Store without too much of a fuss, but it's actually a very good keyboard. I used to use Go keyboard, but now I'm pretty much stuck on this one. It's actually very accurate to type, it's got good haptic feedback, and it's got the Swift key sort of effect where you can sort of hold down a finger and type, and it works pretty well. I mean, on occasionally complex words it seems to mess up, but for most standard words it's very fast, and honestly I'd say it's better than Swift key. So it's not quite got the same level of personalization, but it is faster. So next up we've got Great Little Wargame number 2. So number 1 was a critically acclaimed success. It was really standout brilliant. It had amazing reviews, it was a really fun game, and it was totally unique, and it inspired a lot of turn-based strategy games to follow. And when number 2 released, a lot of people were actually disappointed because it didn't actually add much more, and it was still just the same, and a lot of people complained that the difficulty just wasn't up there. While all these complaints are fairly valid, I think it's still a great game in its own right, and if you have played all the other ones, then this is a great one to just jump back into it. If you haven't, then you should probably check out Great Little Wargame 1 or Great Big Wargame, as those are two probably slightly meatier games for the price. But yeah, nonetheless, this is still another great entry in the series, and it adds enough to keep it new and fresh. So the last app that I wanted to show you is called Blinkbox. Now everyone is aware of apps like Spotify, and this is very much like that. However, it's actually in its own way kind of better. Now I mean, one of the major benefits of this over Spotify is that it doesn't shove ads in your face. On top of that though, you can actually download the songs from this app, which is pretty awesome. So with Spotify the only way you can do that is by paying a monthly fee and getting the premium package, whereas with Blinkbox, which is actually sponsored by Tesco, I'm not sure, it might actually be owned by them, but they have something to do with this, and it's free, so this is really great, and it's still got much of the features of those other apps. For example, you can create customized playlists based on songs you like and dislike, and the recommendations become better and better, so eventually every song will be one that you like. And this is a really good feature, and that alone is enough to give you pretty much an endless amount of music to listen to. It's also got a search feature which works pretty well, and they're constantly adding more and more songs, so it should keep getting better and better. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.